Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Thursday, August the 14th. This will be a quick one, too, in my estimation. I never know when I start. I don't have a script, so that's one of the nice things about not having a script. I have no idea how long the video is going to take. So Michael Benning, a restricted free agent, has signed an extension with the Florida Panthers. It's for a year. It's a two-way extension, pays him $775,000 at the NHL level, $100,000 at the AHL level. So huge difference there, but it has a guarantee of $150,000. So in the event he gets called up, he might sacrifice that $50,000. So yeah, we'll see how it goes with Benning's season and whether or not he gets that extra $50,000. This is an interesting note, and I'm posting these when I see them. In that there are various opportunities for youth now to get out on the ice this summer. NHL teams running junior camps and whatnot. I know the Vancouver Canucks are currently running a junior camp. I did see a post about that this morning. But Buffalo, they are hosting a free coaching clinic for youth coaches. Now, in order to sign up for this, it's no cost, but there are qualifications. It's on September 13th at KeyBank Center. It'll be from 8 until 11:30 in the morning that day. It is for USA Hockey certified coaches who hold a level 4 or 5 certificate. So you can't just sign up and not be certified. You have to be certified to sign up for this. But it sounds like a good opportunity. So if you're a youth coach in the area, there you go. Olivier Rodrigue, who was a third-string goaltender with the Edmonton Oilers. He was not given a qualifying offer in June, so he became an unrestricted free agent. He is signed in the KHL. So Rodrigue goes to the KHL. He was drafted, I believe, in 2018, so never quite turned out at the NHL level. But at this stage, 7 years out from his rookie year, you got to think 25 years of age. So there's always the possibility he goes over, plays well in the KHL, and maybe comes back over and gets another chance for the National Hockey League. Interesting timing with this, but as I've said before, this does happen. Caleb Desnoyers, who was drafted, I believe, 4th overall by Utah this past June, has had wrist surgery. He's out for 12 weeks. So he will not be good to go for the start of the season. It'll be interesting to see whether or not he plays with Utah this season at all. But Desnoyers being drafted early by Utah means they believe in him. So him having wrist surgery, it may just be that it was a nagging injury and he decided to have the surgery. Maybe he was back and forth on it. Maybe the team was back and forth on it and he's decided to have the surgery now. So he will not be ready for the start of the NHL season, which is less than 2 months away. So there you go. Patrick Thoresen. So this is a blast from the past for some of us. Patrick Thoresen, a Norwegian hockey legend. He was the first Norwegian player to play in an NHL Stanley Cup playoff game. He played 106 NHL games in total, recorded 6 goals, 18 assists, 24 points in a split between Edmonton and Philadelphia. So he wasn't an NHLer for that long. But Thoresen, being Norwegian, makes him kind of a legend to be able to get out on the ice and play for a couple of NHL teams. And so Thoresen has announced his retirement at age 41. Had a nice long career, played, I think it was 6 years in the KHL as well. So all the best to Thoresen in retirement. Josh Leivo, this is an interesting one. I do wonder, I didn't see anything about whether he asked for this release or not, but he's been released from his KHL contract. So Josh Leivo, a player that I've been a fan of, I have a Canucks Leivo jersey, for instance. His KHL contract he's been released from, even though he set a KHL record with 49 goals in 62 games. He also led the KHL this past season with 80 points. So is he eyeing a return to the National Hockey League? We'll see whether or not he signs a contract. I would absolutely welcome him either here in Abbotsford or back with the Vancouver Canucks. I like Leivo. I've been a fan of Leivo's for many years. So we'll see whether or not this means he's coming back over and playing in the AHL or the NHL. But Leivo put up a ton of points in the KHL. What's always interesting to me is that there's always this comparison of, is the KHL or the AHL better, and how would the KHL compare to the NHL? Leivo scoring 49 goals in 62 games tells you that the KHL's both a very different league, and no, it is not as competitive as the National Hockey League. And I have seen comparisons of the AHL and the KHL before, and it really depends on your point of view, I think, because some would probably argue the AHL is a little deeper and a little better, but it can be argued the same for the KHL as well. So arena name changes are all the rage right now. Philadelphia has changed their arena name. It is now Xfinity Mobile Arena. So XMA or the X or X going to give it to you. I don't know. But these name changes are weird. They're always the corporate ones, of course. And I've already seen people saying it'll still be the Farg for them, so Fargo. I don't know. I miss all the old names for the arenas because I'm old. But either way, that name change has taken place, and this is part of the reason why I don't feel an affinity for arenas now as much as I used to. They change names all the time. A lot of them feel very, very similar and look very, very similar. I'm old enough to remember when not every ice surface was the same size. Boston and Buffalo, a little bit smaller ice surfaces than the other teams, and that made for a big difference in the games. But either way, Philadelphia's had their arena name changed. Let me know your thoughts on that or anything else on the board. So nice quick news video today. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Of course, the news will pick up as we get closer to training camp. I would think a lot of the trades we've not seen this summer, a lot of that discussion will kick up again over the next couple of weeks, but we shall see. And my plan to go to Europe, while I'm in Europe, I could see things going on. Absolutely, I could see it. We've seen it before. So, at any rate, there you go. Not we've seen it before as in I've never been to Europe before, but when I've been on vacation, things have happened. So maybe GMs are just waiting until I'm on vacation. Either way, thank you guys so much for all your support as always. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for everything. I will talk to you again soon.